The only ghost I ever saw was dressed in Mechlin, so he wore no sandal on his foot and stepped like flakes of snow. So wrote Emily Dickinson. Another poem by Emily Dickinson was read at my mother's funeral. I have a bird in spring, which for myself doth sing the spring decoys. And as the summer nears, and as the rose appears, Robin is gone. Yet do I not repine, knowing that bird of mine, though flown, learneth beyond the sea melody new for me, and will return. Then, a week after the funeral, as I sat in this room in a quiet evening hour, her presence for a few seconds was unmistakable and comforting. I just wanted to be sure that everything is all right, as you promised. I thought I heard. Three Underwood brothers in Mulberry, Frank, Albert, and Fletcher, married three sisters. The twins, Albert and Elbert, born in 1896, died in 1955 within 2 weeks. They each called the other Bubby. When Elbert died first, Aunt Myrtle was notified. She went to tell Albert, but before she could speak, he said, Bubby was here. He said he'd be waiting. On my birthday, July 28th, 1971, my mother, Gladys, wrote, I want to tell you a dream I had while Clayton was in the hospital. You say dreams mean something, so I'd like to hear you interpret this one. It started off so sunny, no introduction, or was it? I saw my mother in a vision. Just all of a sudden, she was wearing a dress I remember well but had not thought of in years. She looked quite well, but was very serious. She did not smile at all. At the first glimpse of her, I made a few rapid steps toward her and would have thrown my arms around her. So glad was I to see her, but she stopped me with a slight gesture. I stopped a few feet from her. She said, I've come to tell you something. You won't believe it, but it is true anyway, and I think you ought to know about it. I asked, what is it? April the 1st, 1971. Gladys writing. You never know what a day will bring. I am keeping a diary and write at night. I always write tomorrow's date before I close the book. I look at the blank lines, and it seems frightening, for I never know what the blank spaces will say. The wind has subsided a little, and it came a light shower sometime before dawn. Maybe these winds will bring a real rain. My experience with God has been that to have this peace of mind and security within, you have to want it more than anything in the world. And to get it, be grateful to be able to give everything for it. It's the things we want to hold on to, cheating ourselves out of the pearl of great price. And Emily Dickinson mentioned birds often in her poetry, as upon his saddle sprung a bird and crossed 1,000 trees. And high from the earth I heard a bird. He trod upon the trees, as he esteemed them trifles. And then he spied a breeze, and situated softly upon a pile of wind, the bird, her punctual music brings and lays it in its place. Its place is in the human heart. And no ladder needs the bird but skies to situate its wings. The bird, her punctual music brings and lays it in its place. Its place is in the human heart. Hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings the tune without the words and never stops at all. And sweetest in the gale is heard, and sore must be the storm that could abash the little bird that kept so many warm. I've heard it in the chillest land and on the strangest sea, yet never in extremity it asked a crumb of me. Back to Gladys, November 1974. Look north, south, east, and west. From personal experience, I can truthfully say that I am never as unhappy as I am when I feel sorry for myself. When I start feeling this way, a thought crosses my mind. Lady, you had better look to the north. There you see a woman alone in the world, childless, unloved. Then, dear lady, says the silent voice within me, look to your east. There you see a mother who has reared 10 children. She has worked side by side with them in the fields. Alone now, she tends faithfully to her ailing husband. Then again, dear lady, look to the south. In a huge house once filled with the laughter of many children, There remains now a symbol of what used to be, one lone survivor. Glance to the west. There you see a mother, always before active in farm chores, sitting in a wheelchair, unable to stir about or move to the many unattended jobs. Now take a look at yourself and pray God to forgive you. And in your search for happiness, go to these people, all within a mile of your home, and put your love to work. From Last Letters in 1988. I shine when I think of you. I shine when I even think of you. I am full of love every time I think of you. I love you and think of you every time I think of you. I am not here. I am here, but not in ideal at all. I am not here at all. Think of me and give me all your love, with all my love, 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 love. But keep some for yourself. Adios.